This is P.O.C. All right, this is the evidence of mental illness that is shared by a population, okay? It's an illusion regarding mental illness being the product of someone that's speaking gibberish out loud. They smell a certain way, they act a certain way, they behave in a certain manner. When the entity that is engaging, when it's providing those illusions, are the stalking in police vehicles, okay? While they're stalking and targeting with those that are part of the gang stalking medical professionals. All right, at what is 9 o'clock, the same gang members are stalking at the same intersection. This is the prosecution of the gang members. Remember, the demons are parked here going into what is 8510. Remember that morning? And then the cockroaches all come out of the corners, one after another, including Rialto Police Department, who wants you to know that they're a part of what is criminal surveillance and furtherance of murdering me and murdering American citizens. And you also are aware that there is no iteration of light that's going to fly off of your car to swipe along the wall. So the demon-possessed are engaged in criminal activity with Fontana PD, who's engaged in, you see all these gang members? Fontana amongst them. Fontana PD is facilitating their criminal conduct, and that's a basis for disbanding. But you are also going to federal prison for stalking. Going to federal prison for stalking while you're wearing those uniforms, while you're representing those departments, while you're engaging in that. License 8RIY 717, 8MWX 393. And this is the demon that's engaging in that. The demons that are going to prison, just want to be clear. He's the same intersection at 9 o'clock in the morning when they're engaging in that pattern of conduct, 6YTU 387, and Fontana police are stalking. License 1639495, 51. This is the same intersection, P.O.C. This is the entity that is under the fake sun. Okay, this is where McMillan is stalking at 9 o'clock in the morning. This is in 2022. This is the entity that's engaged in other words, conspiring against me and targeting me and engaging in criminal surveillance, criminal activity. A network, an enterprise, sexual violence, okay? Federal stalking for years. And the entity is doing so as I'm documenting gang violence by the same entity, the Fontana Police Department, at 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay, and the entity that's very deliberate, going to look at that video again because this is what's going to happen in federal court. And you're looking at the intent and the malice behind that and the intent to psychologically torture, because that's exactly what they are doing. And that's exactly what you are reasonably concluded to be engaging in when this malicious pattern of conduct is clearly underway. And that's what Fontana police are doing, including while that white male looks at me and waves hi. Okay, that's the entity that's engaging in. That's not disarming. That's not less threatening. It's the pattern of conduct. And he's engaging in that with regard to American citizens that don't have evidence to prove the ongoing psychological torture that they're subject to, the threatening behavior of stalking by police departments that are engaged in concert with the demons that are maintaining aerial surveillance in inexplicable manners by the demons that are stalking in planes. This is what Amazon Prime is doing at 6 p.m. over the top of my head with the Fontana Police Department in April of 2022, where this fake son is still here. After Aquanetta Warren's engaged in criminal surveillance, she's not staying in office. Okay, this is the pattern of conduct has provided you the clear evidence of a violent threat opposed against American citizens. The enemies of the United States are not without, they are within, and they're targeting American citizens. They hate this country, by the way, and they hate people like you and I that enforce what are God-given rights. And you have a God-given right to not have your genitalia under surveillance by a bunch of sex offenders who are envious because they're going to burn in hell, all right? And they don't have any other future, and there's no other way for them to get money other than to steal from you. Waltzing millions of dollars, by the way, investing in surveillance. There's no airport that's nearby where they're engaging in anything like this. This is telling everybody here who are stalking with impossible light. This is surveillance, this is POC, and this is, by the way, showing the clear invalidity, illegitimacy of yet another venue, the city of Fontana. This is POC, the Fontana Civic Center with demons, the Fontana Police filled with demons, San Bernardino County Sheriff that's out here stalking on the roads and the highways under the same circumstances, monitoring me, filled with demons. And they've already been isolated with regard to the evidence. They've been targeted by the POC. This is the entity that's engaged in this, 9 o'clock in the morning. And this is called stalking in the path, in furtherance of murder, systematic surveillance, 8 Wendy Henry Kelly 277, 7 Robert Queen Barry 843. And these are the terrorists that are stalked with the possible light while I'm aboard Omnitrans, following me from city to city. That's what psychopaths do. License 5GIL 563, and they do so as demons. Their cars do not shoot light off of their vehicles. They're mentally ill, and you're looking at the demon possessed that want to appear as you and I, and they are not. You know them, and you shall know them by their deeds. And because they are operating under the malicious guise of Fontana Police, you're witnessing those domestic terrorists that are going to be stripped down, and they're going to be federally prosecuted. Just like J. Escarpi,
just like McMillan, who are going to federal prison, and every other one that I continuously document. They want to test the policy regarding the fact that terrorism is not going to be tolerated, and a terrorist that thinks that they're going to contend with the federal government. And you are going to watch in the United States how intolerable terrorism is, because these terrorists are going to federal prison. It is for the benefit of the public, of the world, and in this country that you witness it, because it is necessary. It's mandated. They're going to prison because of the message that has to be sent out. P.O.C. It is currently 4:05 p.m.